So at least one should know this is all worldly game. It's a drama. Maybe the same essence separates itself into various forms and names and puts itself into various places, like the pawns on the chessboard. They're all nothing but the chips of the same block, is it not? They're all carved into different designs, but the same piece of wood, put in different places, they have different movements. Why? So that you can play a game. A game means there are certain rules. The disciple should sit there, the guru should sit here, otherwise there's no game. I should not refuse, even though I know that I am not different from you. If I refuse to sit here and sit there, no retreat then. I should play my role well. At the same time, I should not forget. It is for the sake of the game, you are placed there, I am placed here, otherwise we are equal. Then you have equal vision. That's what. It is in that we recognize God. It is that essence that what's called God. If it doesn't express itself in all these forms and names, it's just nothing. Without name and form, you cannot recognize it, you can't handle it, you can't do anything with that. It's just there. Like electricity. Or even atoms. If the atom is there or electricity is just there, what is the use? It should accept itself to be gathered by certain equipments, generators, and then should be allowed itself to pass through certain cables, go through certain transformers, get split, to get stepped down, and then come into your homes into small wires. Then you can plug in all the different things. Enjoy the different purpose. Otherwise, what is the use of that electricity? It is there, but no use. God is like that. He is cosmic consciousness, essence, cosmic essence. But there's no use to anybody, even to himself. Maybe that's what happened. He was just there all by himself for a long time. As the Bible put it, in the beginning there was God and nothing but God, and so he was just sitting, what is it? I am nothing. Nothing but me. I can't even smile at anybody. Because I am, and I am, that's all. I can't talk to anybody, I can't smile at anybody, I can't play, I can't fight. It's no fun. He really got bored, I think. He or she or it, that I leave it to you. Because the best term you could say is it, that's all. Because no he, no she, it's all just it. Even this week, it is a microphone stand. It's a platform, it's ground, it's a tent. And this also it. It's a body. It's an eye, it's a nose. Where are you? You can't point out. Can you point out yourself and say, this is me? If you point out, that's your chest. It is your chest, it. That's why even before you came out, everybody asked, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? Boy or girl? I don't know. It is something. That is your first name, isn't it? It. That's why you even asked the nurse, when you heard the first cry, hey, what is it? So your first name is it, and your last name also is it. Isn't it so? They say, take it away. Put it in the box, take it away. You came as an it, go as an it, in between Mr. Joseph, Mrs. Jacob, and this and that. Oh boy. All kinds of names and attachments to that name. Nobody would want to spell you wrongly. Shoo. Even if one letter is missing, you become wild. That's it. So that is what is God. It is everywhere. It is in that sense, all the scriptures say, God is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. If He is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, He should be here also. Not in this microphone stand, but as the microphone stand. He cannot say in this. In means inside, but what is this made of then? So it is the same cosmic essence. He just thought all of a sudden one day, let me multiply myself. That's what you call creation. He just created things out of himself. He just multiplied. Let me become the light. Let me be visible as the light. Let me be heard as the sound. Let me become elements. Then let me make them come together. Multivarious combinations of that. 3 elements, 3 gunas, all mixed up. To give room, so many forms and names. A little worm and a big saint, both are equally made out of the same essence. He decided to be a worm there. Here he decided to be a saint. Maybe he didn't give that much of intelligence to that worm, so the worm thinks, I am just a worm. But the saint should know at least. That's why he is a saint. That is what God. So everything, good, bad, whatever way you label it, is all God. That's the reason why I say nothing is bad, nothing is good. It's all God. God means nothing good, nothing bad. It's neither good nor bad. He is just a complete. He is a whole. You cannot categorize it as good, bad. If you categorize it, then you are limiting it. You are seeing only a part of it. That's why, again, you can see the very word God. You see what is the core, the inner core of God, the very center of God. What is it? O. Very center of God is the letter O. G-O-D. O, if you just put a circle like this on an examination paper, what does it mean? 0. Nothing. It can always mean everything also. It's a whole, complete. It's full or nothing. Means it can be everything or nothing. So God is in the center. The true God is a 0. Is nothing or everything. That's why the Hindu scriptures called it Purnam, complete, full. Purnamata Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyade Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. That is full. That means, because as an individual it talks, that means that cosmic. That is full, and this also is full. Which is this? The one talks about that. Also is full. Why? Because this full came out of that full. When you light one candle from the other candle, this light is exactly like the other light. It doesn't diminish. And by lighting several lights from one candle, the original candle never loses any light. So, that is full and this is full. Even after this full has come out of that full, that remains full. That is the meaning of that prayer. Let us realize that and be peaceful. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thus ends the prayer. So, whoever recognizes the very central core of God remains full, neutral. Not to lean any side, but he just sees both the sides equally. But if you just take one side, suppose you go to the right side and see God, you read G-O-D. If you take a wrong side and read God the other way, what is it? Can't even say that, no? As if there is something. That's also God. Look, reverse. That's all. God, red, reverse is dog. That's why it's such a grateful animal. Yes. It is still a pet of many human beings. Have you ever seen any human being becoming a pet to anybody? No. So it is, the central point is zero. G and D. If you begin with G, you are a good person, you see God. If you begin with D, you are a devil, you see dog. So good and devil, both are on either side of the zero. Positive, negative. The world also is like that. In reality, everything is neither good nor bad. It all depends upon how you relate to. You cannot just pinpoint one thing and say, this is intrinsically bad, dangerous. No. Electricity is dangerous. But that's what we are using now. If you say it's dangerous, don't allow any wire to come into the tent. We will be in darkness. So it becomes a helpful thing because you use it properly. You are relating properly to that. Instead of plugging all your lamps, if you are going to plug your fingers, it's deadly, dangerous. So you can't label it as bad or good. Depends upon how you use it. And that is what God is. God also can be used for good or bad. You have seen many people using God for bad purposes. All those powers, you may call it black magic. Where does the power come from then, if it's not from God? If you use it with a plain mind, clean mind, it's white magic. If you use it with a black mind, a dark, ignorant mind, it's devil. What you call black is just darkness, ignorance. Ignorant minds will see everything ignorantly because they can't see the light. That is what we call God. And because it is so abstract, we find it hard to conceive, because we are limited and that's unlimited. So it's for our comfort and convenience, we try to see it through certain things which we can understand. So we limit the God according to our limitations. If a man wants to worship God, he will say, he is God, a man. If a woman wants to worship God, it will be a she. If a buffalo wants to worship God, it will be a big buffalo, maybe with 4 horns and 2 tails. A super buffalo, no? Yeah. That's why in India, you see super gods with so many heads, so many hands. A man, when he visualizes his gods, he doesn't want to worship God as just an ordinary man with just 1 head and 2 arms. Then he is almost like him. You want to see him a little big. So he is God. You must be certainly having at least a few more arms than me and a few more heads than me. Because with my head I can see only this side. You can see all over. So you must be having head all round. So you have gods like that. It's just to show that he is superior to you. A Supreme Court judge is a superior man than ordinary judge. So he has a grey wig. See? A grey beard, grey hair means a little ripe brain. That's the idea behind. You see him and he must be really an old ripe man in brain. His judgment is clean. It's not colored. It's not a dyed judgment. See? When you grow old in wisdom, you get white hair, is it not? White means sattvic, neutral, clean. That's why the judges wear the wig. At least that's my interpretation. And in India, which the custom came from England, the lawyers, the High Court lawyers, they will have 2 extra sleeves hanging. Have you ever seen that? They use just 2 sleeves for their 2 arms, but there will be 2 more sleeves simply hanging down. What does it mean? They are supposed to have 4 arms. That means they are a little superior people than you, and they can do more things. They can take care of law and order with their 4 arms. The other 2 arms you don't see. That's why when the missionary from West came down to India to law for the Hindu gods who have extra hands, I one time asked those people, then why do you allow your own lawyers to have extra 2 hands? They couldn't answer. Just to make yourself feel that, he is superior. Because we won't respect something or somebody who is not superior to us. If he is equal, just friends. If he is low, he's just an ordinary person. That's why we have so many forms and so many names to God. To respect, to love, and to learn the qualities of that God. Main quality is neutrality. That is the first and foremost quality of God. Equanimity, tranquility, neutrality. You can never be tranquil if you lose your equanimity, neutrality. That's why people who want to be neutral should know the 0. You should become nothing, a 0. That means without that ego, you just become nothing. You are humble. You are neutral. So 0 is a big hole. That's why I say, if you have that big hole, you are a holy man. Yes, who is a holy man? Who never keeps anything for himself, he's a big 0. It doesn't even have his ego.